Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and guess what? We'll talk.
Your voice feels like a quiet sunrise, soft and steady, pulling me inside. Every moment with you slows the world down. I breathe you in, and peace is what I found. You touch my hand and all my doubts fade. You turn my storms into a gentle wave. I didn't know love could feel this calm, like a whisper wrapped around my palm. You hold me like you know my soul, like every broken piece you stole and made it whole again. Baby, you're the place my heart rests, the rhythm in my chest, the softness and the stress. You love me like I'm blessed. Hold me close and don't let go. Let the night move nice and slow. In your arms I finally know where my heart rests, where my heart. You see the parts of me I hide away, and love me through the things I never say. You're in my silence like a melody, a quiet song you play so carefully. Ooh, you trace the edges of my fear with grace, and kiss the shadows I don't like to face. You made me feel like I belong, like I've been safe with you all along. Baby, you're the place my heart rests. Ooh, the rhythm in my chest, the rhythm in my chest, softness and the stress. Ooh, you love me like I'm blessed. You love me like. Hold me close and don't let go, go, go. Let the night move nice and slow, slow, slow. In your arms I finally know where my heart rests. Oh, 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 oh. Stay right here, don't change the pace. Let your heart beat at the space. Every breath you give feels true. Every moment pulls me back to you. If love is home, then you're my door, my quiet peace, my evermore. I've never felt a love this deep. You're the dream I get to keep. Baby, you're the place my heart rests, the rhythm in my chest, the calm inside the mess, calm inside the mess. You love me like I'm blessed. Got me swaying when you're walking, heartbeat jumping, yeah, it's starting. You're smiling, the room gets lighter. Boy, you make my fire brighter. Feeling things I can't explain, like sunshine after summer rain. You touch me and the world slows down. You're the calm inside my sound. Don't rush, just move with me. Let the rhythm set us free. Baby, you got that 90s groove, smooth enough to make me move. Every step you take feels right. Pull me closer through the night. Boy, you got that in the vibe. Feels like You talk soft, but your eyes speak loud.
Okay, people, so you don't want to frown on the plain colors. Plain colors do well just as good as beads that have prints or designs on them. With the plain beads, though, you got to be really careful about how you match the focal beads. So you want to be very creative when it comes to focal beads. So you can see I just went ahead and wrapped this ceramic bead that I got at Michael's. And I got these at Michael's like maybe last year, right? So all I did was use some 18 gauge wire. I went ahead and grabbed a bunch of little small beads, and I went ahead and secured all those little small beads around the ceramic bead. So if you notice, what I did is took the 18 gauge wire and I threaded it through the hole, and I did that to secure the wire and the beads even more so than when I wrapped the beads and tucked the wire and did all that good stuff. And also you saw where I cut the wire, and then I took that smaller piece and then kind of tucked it under that wire around. So this is what I came out with, a really cool focal bead for just a really simple necklace using the plain color royal blue beads. And you don't want to frown on these, plain colors. So what I'm going to do, go ahead and use, I'm going to use stretch cord. So I'm using the stretch cord only to make the necklace. Now, if you want to actually make the necklace and use wire or whatever cord that you use, go ahead and use the cord. This is simply just necklace ideas, okay? So I'm going to use a stretch cord for it. And when I finish, it'll give you an idea about, how they can look and what they can look like just using plain colors, right? And that's the whole objective, just to give you jewelry making idea. And then I think I want to use one of the little hematites. And because you would be using beads that do not have color, you do want to be really particular about the beads that you're matching from the bottom, right? So even with the hematite, I don't have to use a hematite. I can just use just the beads. I'm going to show you. You can also use the smaller beads if you want to, 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 16, 12, whatever you want to use, just go ahead and use that. So you can see the difference, the hematite versus no hematite, right? Let's do it this way. And I think I want to do it with the hematite. So we're going to try it that way and see if I like it that way. And if not, guess what? I'll take it a loose. We just want to get some really cool jewelry making ideas for necklaces using plain color beads. Because we don't want to sleep on these plain beads. I mean, the plain color beads look just as good if you match focal beads with them really good. And also if you want to use different bead spacers. And see, that looks like so far. And you see you would have to use wire. And you got to use the wire because the wire is thicker. And use 18 gauge wire when you make the necklace if you're going to, make a necklace. Because the pendant is a little, it's not heavy, but it's heavy for the cord. So that's why it's looking like this. But if you use the wire, the 18 gauge wire, it'll be more sturdy. And then I think what I want to do, I'm going to take the hematites off. And I'm thinking because the hematites are on the sides, it's making everything a little bit looser. But I still want to give you the gist of what the necklace would look like. So we're going to do 4 on this side, 5, 6, and these are 20 millimeter beads. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, do 7, do 8 on this side. That's 8, 9. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we do 10 on each side for right now. Oops, 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 oops. Okay, and then we will do, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We put 10 20 millimeter beads on each side. And all we're going to do, because we are just using the cord, we're just going to tie this. And remember, use whatever cord you want to use. But if I was making this to keep, I would use 18 gauge wire. And that's only me, and I like 18 gauge because it's very flexible. It's like just the right thickness, just the right thinness. It is like the perfect wire. So again, whatever you use, by all means, use what you use, or you can use the 18 gauge wire, right? So when you making necklaces and you are using plain color beads, let me adjust. Plain color beads, you can get some pretty pieces using just plain colors, but you really got to, let me fix this right. You just really got to be particular about the focal. So that's the whole thing. You got to really be very intentional about the focal bead that you use. You can create your own. You can even use like the wood slices. You can get smaller wood slices if you wanted to, and paint those, and then you can use those just to have the as a focal right here, because you can find them. You can find them on Amazon or Etsy or somewhere, right? Paint them up, do whatever you're gonna do with them, cover them with beads. You could even glue beads on them, put resin, do whatever it is that you want to do, but you want to come out with something very unique. And then go ahead and just use some plain color, some plain color beads, or beads that have designs, whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying, don't sleep on these plain color beads, because these plain color beads, are hot by themselves. And sometimes people are looking for just plain colors, just a royal, maybe a fuchsia, a yellow, so don't sleep on these plain ones. So this is just something simple and easy right here. So this is the blue one, right? And then I'm going to use the red beads right here. And with the red beads, I am going to use this really big, pretty bead that I got in a gift box a couple months back. So I'm going to just use this one, and all I'm going to do is match it with these red beads. And I'm going to come out with something just really simple, but something really jazzy. I'm not keeping it. I'm just going to make it, jury make an idea. So therefore, I'm going to just go ahead and use the stretch cord just to give you an idea, to show you what it can look like. Right? And if I was making this to keep this, I would be using the 18 gauge wire. I would be using 18 gauge wire, and then close it off with jump rings and a lobster clasp. But because I'm not keeping it, guess what? This is all we're going to do, just to show you how simple and easy. You don't always have to be complicated when you're making things. I know I'm a very complicated creator. So my whole thing is everything always has to be different. My mind just works like that. So I got to have this extra this extra that. My beads got to be, just kind of everything. But my whole thing is, as long as the focal is giving me some hotness, everything should be cool. So I'm going to show you, just giving you some ideas. So again, if you're out there and you're selling, and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you're out there and you're selling and you're doing vending and you're doing all that, I know earlier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know earlier I was looking at some people's YouTubes and people Facebooks, and I kind of do that sometimes just to kind of look at what people are doing and like where they are and that kind of stuff. And I'm seeing that a lot of people are using like a lot of the same charms, a lot of the same beads, and that's only because that's what the stores are offering us. They're offering us what they're offering us, and because we're jewelry makers, we're buying what it is that they're offering us. I know somebody was making me aware that Michael's has a sale that's coming up. I don't know if she was saying Mother's Day sale or some type of sale that's coming up. Well, they have to do that so we can run in and buy the beads. I mean, if they never put that stuff on sale, it would just stay there, because I think Michael's is more expensive than any craft store or any store where you can buy your beads at, right? They're very expensive, and I think they really have taken advantage of it since Joann's has closed, right? So you can buy those beads and those charms and those stuff all day long, but if there is a way that you can change it up, change it up. If there's a way you can add a little paint to something, if you buy something and it has a pink bow on the charm and you're able to paint the bow, paint the bow. If it's something that you can add resin to, or use that piece like maybe something like this and then put it in one of those little I forget what the little shells are, but it's like a metal, like a little metal, you guys know what I'm talking about, and you can take this and lay it inside of, do I got something up here? You guys know what I'm talking about, but it's like a little metal. I think I made some of them before, like that little metal. I forget what it's called, but you can put the this particular bead, because it's a bead. You could put it inside of that, put resin inside of it, and you can come up with a real, and maybe some beads or whatever you want to do, gold flakes or something, and then come up with some really nice pendants, right? So that's something different. You're taking something that is already made that they're offering you, because this could even be painted. It could be painted. You can, I think it's called depodge. You can put some Mod Podge on it, and then you can put whatever paper or anything you want to put on top of this and change this whole cross up, and it becomes a totally different bead. So you can buy what's in the store, but you don't always have to use what they're offering as it is being offered. So just kind of look at things and think about, how can I change this? How can I make this better? How can I just do something with it outside of what this is, right? So it's like, and if not, you're going to end up again with the same product, with the same necklace, with the same bracelet that everybody else has when you out here selling at these different vending events and stuff. So you got to be a little bit more creative. You got to really dig sometime, to come up with something that, that's totally different from what everybody else is doing. And it's not hard. You just got to think about it a little bit. Like, what can I do with this? How can I change this? And see how the red matches really good with this big bead right here. Just simple and easy, but it still looks good. And I am going to add, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to put one more bead on each side so I can hang it from here. And you can see these are just plain color beads. And these are beads that I hand painted, so. And I'm going to just go ahead and tie this down. This is just for show. I'm not keeping this. If I was actually making this necklace to sell, I would use 18 gauge wire. I would close it off on the ends and use a couple of jump rings, and then use a nice big lobster clasp to close it off. But I'm not keeping these. I'm just giving you guys some jewelry making ideas. Because I know a lot of you guys are out there, you're selling, you're getting ready for the summer and all that good stuff, and you want to go out there with some goodies. You don't go out there with the same stuff everybody else got. Go out there and be bold like this necklace, right? Be bold like this necklace. Well, darling, I don't have that focal piece, but you can find a piece of wood on Etsy or Amazon or wherever, maybe Home Depot, wherever you can go, and get you a wood piece, an unfinished wood piece, right? And you can paint it. You can paint it brown, and then you can use some of the beige paint and literally just kind of draw your own little design on it. And you too will have this same, you won't have this particular bead, but you'll have something that looks like this. So you got to be a little bit creative. You got to kind of jump out the box. And even with this could be some added beads, like little spacer beads, like in between here. They can be beige, they can be, whatever color. But for me, it's like, okay, this is something easy, it's something quick, and it's still different from anything that anybody else has, right? You know why? Because of the focal bead. These are easy to do. If you can find nice big pieces of wood, you can go ahead and paint them. And then you got really nice focal pieces, right? So we got that. And then we're going to do one more. So we got 3 where we just use plain color beads, right? And we're going to do one more, and we're going to do them with the yellow. So just really easy necklaces. So the next time you're out selling somewhere, these could even be sauce items, depending on what your focal bead looks like, and how much you spend on it and stuff. You got to think out the box. Have your nice high ticket items, but then also have your items that are low budget and affordable. You got to make it make sense when you're out there, because there's no way I would want to go somewhere and be there for hours at a time and then go home with the same everything I packed up with. And that only happens if you're out there with the same exact everything that everybody else has. That's the only reason why that happens. People would do some sympathy buying. Too, where they feel sorry for you. And then with this one, I'm going to use just this regular oval bead that I got. Simple, straight to the point. Don't take nothing to it. But I'm using the plain color beads. Just enough, and it's still different. It's different because the focal is different. So we got 3 easy 1, 2, 3 necklaces using just plain color beads. Straight to the point. And I guarantee you, ain't nobody else gonna be out there doing this, not unless they, it comes to them like, well, let me just go ahead and do plain and add a nice little focal and something, like really different and easy. And summertime is coming, so you want some attractive, bold, colorful things at your table. And you can see what that looks like already. Just easy. 1, 2, 3. They could even be stretched if you wanted to use a 1mm cord, make them big enough for people to slide over their head. Nice, easy, comfortable necklaces for summer. Somebody is at an event, they got on a nice little cute yellow sundress, their hair is pent up, they looking all cute, and they see this necklace right here and be like, oh, that'd be perfect with my dress for the day. Even if it's just for the day. The whole thing is the dollars went from their pocket to your pocket. And that is the objective. From your pocket to their pocket. From their pocket to your pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. And 10. That's what you want. You want the dollars to go from their pocket to your pocket. I'm not attached to anything on this table. You can have anything up here for the price that I'm asking. But you gotta have something that people want. And I always be saying that. You be like, darling, you be saying the same stuff over and over again. I say the same stuff over and over again because people need to understand that you can't be out there with the same everything that everybody else have thinking you're gonna make some money. You're not. You're gonna go home with all that same stuff you go out there with. Okay. And that's no, negative slash towards anybody. That's just saying elevate your game. Elevate your creativity. Go from level 1, to level 2, and then go from level 2 to level 4, and just keep leveling up with your designs and being creative. And see, this is easy and simple. And you can see somebody wearing this in a cute little outfit they got on. They might even have on a white t-shirt, jeans that's ripped up, cute little flip-flops, hair all over the place, got on some cute hoop earrings, and this necklace matches perfectly. Or they got on a really cool sundress. Their hair might be, again, pent up all over the place or just hanging down, or braids or whatever it is that they're doing, and you got this little cutie thing around their neck with some cute little post earrings on or something, right? So it's simple, it's just enough, it's summery, and that's all there is. There ain't no more. And then we got the little blue, right? The nice blue, and then we got this easy red. So we did pretty good. Just very simple and easy pieces that you can make using plain color beads. And these is 20 millimeters, okay? And that's all there is, right? No more, darling knife with your by Beauty Can. Guess what? We'll talk.